Our government is ran by pedophiles. Hey, what's up, guys? Yoshi the Warrior here, and I guess you guys are wondering, what the hell am I talking about? Well, what I'm talking about is this. While everyone is in the country is being demoralized by the poor sportsmanship of releasing the Epstein files, government decided to give us a constellation prize. And what is that constellation prize? Amazing news, everyone! The Screen Act and the App Store Accountability Act have advanced through the House Energy and Commerce Committee. We're one step closer to a federal age verification standard to protect children online. Bull motherfucking shit, motherfucker. How can anyone trust you to protect children when you motherfuckers can't even release all the names of the people that was involved in the Epstein files? I mean, for crying out loud, I mean, look at that whole fiasco. You released 3 million files of pedophiles with their names redacted, but the victim names were exposed and doxed to the entire fucking country. But don't worry, guys, you can definitely trust us, the government, with your fucking information. Trust us, your foreign enemies and adversaries are not going to get access to your personal information in any way, shape, or form, just like how we did those fucking victims. I'm just saying, with the act of what they're doing right now, this is basically justification to tar and feather every fucking politician that you have in this fucking country. Shame the fuck out of them. Hell, at this point, it's grounds for physical violence at this point. Because you have to be a complete fucking lunatic to think what you are doing is sound in mind. And as you can see here, like, everyone also agrees, like, this is not to protect the children. And thankfully, these motherfuckers got ratioed with 294,000.4K views with only 88 fucking likes. Clearly, these are the pedophiles right here. Excuse me. But basically, everyone's letting this post know that this bill is not to protect children. It's just basically enforcing mass data collection of collecting your ID and collecting your personal information and then having it exposed through data breaches, which, let's be honest, these corporations and government don't give two shits and a solid fuck about your personal information. They'll sell that shit just like how they'll sell out your fucking country. The fact that our country is not on fire right now says a lot about our patience. And to be honest, and while I do understand that we do need to have that kind of patience, I mean, at this point, fuck that. Our government needs to fear us. They don't need to respect us. They need to fear us. Because our government is looking at our patients and going, well, look, they're weak. They actually tolerate this, so we can do whatever the fuck we want, even if it does jeopardize the children. I mean, they'll still support us, you know, through culture war content slop. I mean, oh, we're owning the libs and owning the chuds. So, I mean, irregardless of the fact that we do kind of fuck up on a lot of things, they'll still support us. One commenter saying, "You're lying whores and enemies of the people." I have to agree with Miss Savvy here, saying in a post saying that it is not the job of the government or internet providers to protect kids from online danger, most Americans say. The latest Museum reports National Telephone and Online Survey finds that 59% of American adults think parents have the most responsibility to protect children and teenagers from dangerous material on the internet, while 21% consider companies that provide internet service to have the most responsibility. Only 13% believe the government has the most responsibility for protecting young people from online dangers. How is the fucking minority getting the say in this? I'm sorry, I thought this was a fucking democracy. Citizens Lighthouse. This garbage is more of what patriots hate, surveillance. This is the new kind of Patriot Act that takes away your privacy, free speech, and parental rights. Nikki Haley's proposal to end anonymity, and why the fuck did it do that? Oh my god, hold on. Wait, hold on. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? What the hell happened? I did not hit a button. What the? Did I? Okay, somehow I hit the forward button. Sorry about that, guys. Going back to this is a new kind of Patriot Act that takes away your privacy, free speech, and parental rights. Nikki Haley's proposal to end anonymity failed, so Republicans created a new strategy to end anonymity online, protect the children. It's not about protecting your children, it's about collecting your data. Anyone supporting this legislation will be removed. I don't care what party you're in. I don't care what good you've done in the past. If you vote to destroy the Constitution like this, you will be voted out. Thank you. Believe me, as much as you are getting right now, many people are still unaware of what's happening. When they have to start presenting ID to access information in their home, they are going to be pissed. You do not represent the people at all. You're a disgrace. Translation: we are one step closer to force every adult to send their ID and face to big corporations on the promises that they would not store or send that data to third parties like government itself. With the Trojan horse of age verification, digital IDs, mass surveillance, with Western governments taking in this information under the guise of protecting the children. Why does egregious invasion of privacy and data harvesting for profit and political ends always come wrapped in a smallpox blanket of "it's for the children"? Are politicians that incapable of honesty that they cannot pass a bill without lying both about what it's for and what it does? Like, and honestly, if you take 2 seconds to think about the system and how it actually segregates people and categorizes people within verified and non-verified, and when you really think about that, even I think that person's name is Louis Rossmann. I forgot his name. I forgot his last name. It's Louis. I know it's Louis. He's like a tech guy kind of thing. He also is very good in IT security. But he came to the conclusion, like, this doesn't protect children, because you want to know why? Because this security system quite literally ensures that children are surrounded by adults no matter what. And I came up with a graph to illustrate exactly how this system is going to run. So in this flowchart, we'll start right here with the age verification and questioning, are you verified? So if you say no, you go over into this category, meaning by the government standards, you should be classified as a child because you cannot identify yourself as an adult. But if you can identify as yourself as an adult, you will be classified into this category. But the problem here is just because you don't provide ID doesn't mean you are a child, and vice versa. Just because you do provide ID doesn't mean you're not a child. So what the online verification system does is just creates 2 categories where adults are always surrounded by children. Those who cannot verify because they are children, surrounded by adults who don't want to hand over their information, with children over here lying about who they are, claiming that they're adults, surrounded by adults who are willing to hand over their information or are willing to hand over false information to trick the age verification system. So in this part of the tree will be considered the child cultural hegemony, meaning that within this space of not being able to verify who you are, you will automatically be considered a child, and based on their ID verification system is more than likely going to censor you and prevent you from being able to access certain websites like news or politics or any type of adult content where you won't be able to access it. Meanwhile, people over here will be able to access that kind of information, irregardless of the fact that the minor can lie that they are an adult when in actuality they are a minor. So what this system creates, it creates 2 cultural realities for government to tackle one or the other, not both, because they don't have enough manpower or attention span to focus on both spaces. So they can only focus on one or the other. So they're going to crack down on one, let's say, for instance, the cultural hegemony for children, to crack down on protecting children from adults who don't want to verify who they are. So that gives them the justification to call these people pedophiles or groomers. Meanwhile, if they're actually over here, because if you follow down here, right, if they govern this space, it grants protection in the space, but it doesn't grant protection in the adult cultural hegemonic space. So what happens is if they don't govern here, it becomes a safe haven for pedophiles and vice versa. So if you're protecting, let's say, for instance, you get an uptick of sexual assault and grooming cases over here. Okay, well, we'll increase the security over here in the adult space where those who have verified that they are adults, and we'll spend less attention over here. But by doing that, you're still creating a space that is dominated by pedophiles, people who won't hand over their information, and they're still under no circumstance, you still cannot identify who these people are. Because again, people can lie about who they are. They don't have to hand over their actual information. They can hand over a video game character to bypass the AI age verification to assign themselves as an adult. And if they get caught and they have to switch spaces, they can just simply just go over here. They don't have to provide anything. Yeah, I don't trust this motherfucker. Mike Johnson, tar and feather this motherfucker right here. Like, you have to be extremely drunk, knowing damn well how the Epstein files went and how people feel about not getting any vindication or nor justice of those people who are on Epstein's island doing things to minors. And you come out with this shit thinking everyone's gonna go, okie dokie, artichoke, we definitely trust you. I don't give two shits and a solid fuck what you have done for the past several years in combating the cultural war. I don't give a shit. This is retarded. You know it's retarded. And yet somehow you are pushing legislation that is only supportive of 13% of a demographic? Oh, but you can't be saying that, Yoshi. What you're saying is you call the arms and you're threatening the government official. No, what I'm saying is not a threat. What I am saying is a response to a threat. You just don't like the fact that I'm self-aware enough to the point of self-defense. And you want to know how we got into this position? I'll tell you how we got in this position. It's this culture war slop and these cultural war influencers. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people say, well, you're one of them too. Yes, I am. But here's the thing. Am I making money off of it though? And I'm planning not to make money off of this. So when you have a lot of people making money off of culture war slop, which by the way, does not require that much investigation to begin with, because it's an incentivization market of promoting ideas to an audience by placating to them, as opposed to giving them information or factual information to better the country and to better everyone within the country. So everyone's in their cultural bubbles incentivized to make policies that benefit their bubble as opposed to benefiting everyone within the country. And then when you pay attention to the logical processes of these cultural bubbles, it's all boiled down to just elementary type of logic of, are you against this? If you are against this, you will support it. But if you are 100% against this, then that means you are the enemy. Therefore, we have to treat you like the enemy. And therefore, no one should listen to you because you are the enemy. You are the pedophile. You are the misogynist. You are the racist. You are the this. You are the that. You are the label of ultimate evil. So therefore, your opinion should not be considered anything, even if it is valid, and even if our ideas are full of shit, which again is the friend-enemy distinction, which is also located in Mein Kampf and was heavily used by Adolf Hitler. Now, am I calling Mike Johnson a Nazi? No, I am not calling him definitively a Nazi. But I am definitively calling him a piece of shit of trying to override the Constitution. That's fair. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be some people out there saying, well, you're using friend-enemy distinction. Why should we trust you? No, I'm not using friend-enemy distinction. And I'll tell you how. I can throw away the label and I can still explain why you're a piece of shit. You're constantly violating the Constitution. You're passing legislation that caters to a minor demographic, not the majority, not democracy. And then questioned as to why you are trying to bypass American legislation, American constitutions, and catering to a minority through a non-democratic process. What's the first thing that's going to come out of your fucking mouth? Oh, they're against it because they're pedophiles, they're predators, they're groomers, they're part of the liberal agenda. Okay, now try to make an argument as to why I am wrong without using political buzzwords. You can't do it because your logical process is about removing intellectual complexity from a civil discussion. And if anyone disagrees, even with valid criticism and data, they will be labeled the enemy of the people. And because of that label, it will incentivize those people to think, well, it's perfectly fine for me to murder that person because, well, they're a label of evil. What's wrong with that? You don't support it, right? Okay, so if you don't support them and you support this bill and protect the children when it doesn't, well, then that means you're a good guy. So if you're a good guy, you'll just go out there and kill that person because he's a pedophile. Or he's a big, bigoted, racist, white supremacist. And we have every justification to Charlie Kirk them. Same strategy, different labels. Contact your representatives and let them know that this bill under no circumstances should be passed. And they should not under no circumstances be coerced or pressured in supporting this by simply going along with it because they don't want to be labeled a certain word. We have so many chicken shit politicians in this fucking country. It makes no sense why this is the land of the free. And we got all these pussyfoot ass fucking politicians getting paid X amount of dollars to pass legislation. And then when it's wrong, they can't say it's wrong because everyone's brainwashed into listening to the word squirrel. Well, if you can't push back against this shit, maybe you shouldn't be in position of power to begin with, motherfucker. Instead, perhaps you should be doing a job that's more suitable to your type of behavior, such as putting fries in my fucking bag. Well, that's it for this video, guys. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know how you feel. And until then, take care and be safe, and God bless.